song called, y'all?
Arrivera l'amore.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. I can see your romance language speaking-ness. Keep your head up and your heart strong. Those are words to live by, and not just for us, but for Leonor Andrade. You guys, her latest single is her best single. I want to see her at Eurovision with something like this.
When we all talk about RTP not setting a proper national selection, and then we blame the artists for not bringing good songs, then we can check out that these are good singers, these are good artists, they work for their music. But then something is wrong with RTP. This is the second song for Leonor Andrade, and she really delivers her style that she's been working on, perfectly mixed with the dark pop, very easy to listen, that you can loop on and on and on, and you will not get tired of it. I'm really glad for her to release this song, because it's an amazing song. It's baby steps on her career, and man, Portugal, do something with your RTP thing.
To be brutally honest, with her last two singles, I couldn't have cared less about them. They completely went over my head. I wasn't impressed. She sang nicely on them. That was it. Whereas this is just, it's like she's transformed into a kind of a pop star at last. And the song is brilliant. It reminds me of kind of something Sia would release. And I really got vibes of this singer, she was around in the 90s, Gabrielle. And I kind of had that feel, or maybe even Adele sort of. It's dark, but there's a bit of light into it. Whereas her last two singles have been darkness and gloom and no way of getting out. Whereas there's kind of light at the end of the tunnel, and there is a certain amount of, I don't know, like hope in the lyrics. Yeah, I love it.
She's giving me Portuguese Margaret Berger, and Porg, you talk about her coming around, it's the hair. She has this beautiful mane on the cover. It's like, you know, at Eurovision, she was in like black faux leather. You know, that was RTP's idea of being modern. Now she's just being herself, and guess what? She is modern. She is in Chiado, she is hanging out, she's doing her thing, she's looking fierce. She's eating seafood, and I want to have some too.
It's like the perspective of her album really works towards that. I mean, it's based on her own experience, and that's what she works with. So I guess it's quite interesting. The lyrics, it's kind of relatable at some point. I think this girl aims high.
Tooji asks us to say yeah on his new single, and I am saying yes, yes, yes. This is good. This is the kind of music Tooji needs to be singing. The video tackles homophobic hate crimes. There's a message. That's all well and good. But I just like the song as a song. I don't even need the video. I just need to hear it. This is like, it's very now, very EDM. In a way, Stay, at the time he sang Stay, it sounded dated in a weird way, whereas this sounds very now. I mean, this sounds tomorrow. I'm loving it.
The song itself, it's reminded me straight away of Justin Bieber's latest song, and both of them have smashed the charts both sides of the Atlantic, going to #1, so it's obviously a formula that works. It kind of starts off dark, but it gets kind of hopeful lyrically. The video then is very confusing for me, because I don't know how it links up with the actual song, because it's kind of a really heady EDM song where you're like dun dun dun, and then there's no mention of violence or homophobia, and then the video is like two lads getting the shit beaten out of them by a gang, and then the gang leader turns out to be a closet case and goes home and watches gay porn, and Tooji doesn't even do much to pixelate it, and it's very clear what's happening. Like, YouTube took down the first video.
It's like in 2012 the song was Stay, and it really stayed there. It didn't build up to anything else, whereas Say Yeah kind of shows a way the Tooji meant to go. It's like a perspective of what he wants for his career. I mean, he can work with a video that is banned from YouTube because, as you said, he has the guy watching gay porn at the end. But the message from the song and the message from the video really relates to each other in a way that you can see why he has chosen that topic to make a video out of. It's not the same what the lyrics talk about, but I mean, they can fit together.
Now, as a homosexual, I'm gonna have to say #gay fatigue. There comes a point, Tooji, you gotta get over it. We get that you're gay and like want to address gay issues, and that's well and good. But I don't know, like after the priest having sex video, I kind of thought he had expunged all of his need to like address gay issues. And here he is again. And you know, we all need an angle and a perspective. But I hope on his next single, he moves away from the gay issue, because in many ways that would be more daring, because it's saying, I can be an artist outside of that.
But see, the thing is that Stay was a big, massive hit, got millions of views on YouTube. Every song since then has maybe scraped 100,000, that kind of mark, hasn't done hugely well. Then he comes and does Father, has the nudity, has the gay sex up on the altar, bam, it's almost at 1 million views in less than 6 months. So I can see why he wants to go for that angle again, and that he's kind of trying to stir the controversy, especially with that last week at the very end. Because it was for the sex and not the violence that YouTube took it down.
Amen.
But he's stirring the pot, looking for controversy, and I think he's going to get diminishing returns. He's hiding it well, kind of saying, oh, it's an issue that needs to be addressed, but I'm kind of a bit cynical, thinking that he's more going for the views rather than the message.
It seems like a good viral marketing strategy. If you put up a video on YouTube that really shows some explicit nudity or whatever that goes against YouTube terms and conditions, then you'll get it removed from YouTube, that you will create a massive whoa of people saying, wow, this guy got the video removed because he showed something that he wasn't supposed to. And there you go, you have your campaign there.
And that's why we're about to cut to some porn. Cue the cop! Emma Marrone, that's Emma Brown. She is back with a new single, Arrivera l'amore, which means love will come. And you guys, the love is coming. And I mean, between the two gay dudes in the cinema, in the video, this has a nice gay theme as well. And Miss Emma Brown stands up to the hater. This song is quite pleasant. Interestingly, the Italian press have called it one of the worst in Emma's discography, but I disagree. I think it sounds fantastic. Very modern, it's easy to listen to. One of the main criticisms is that it sounds like this lady Nanina, but I'm not Italian, so I don't know who Nanina is. Porig.
I haven't been a huge fan of her material post Eurovision, but this is actually a very good song. It's got kind of an anthemic quality to it. I'm able to connect with it, even though it's in Italian. But then the video is really nice as well. It's kind of showing love overcoming these obstacles, because she's got a mother and a father, and the father's beating the mother, and the child is looking on in the car as well, and then the mother overcomes it and goes off with the child, and then there's the gay couple and they overcome the haters behind them. And she does it in a way that you get the message without having to be hammered over the head and a bucket of gay porn being poured over it.
Hashtag Tooji.
Yeah, like there are ways to do these where people can still get the message, and I think it's more effective for them having all their clothes on.
The video is kind of bright, it's kind of vivid, which transmits this sentiment of optimism and kind of get over your problems, you can do it. And I don't know about plagiarism with that Nanina, but I don't think you can say it's plagiarism of anything, because if we get to this point, then we have to say that every single song is plagiarism of another song from the past, from the 50s or the 60s, and then we have to be very careful about this. And I think she delivers her message very well. The video is very illustrating for what she sings, and I really like it. I mean, it's pleasant to listen to.
Yeah, and I've got to say, even if she didn't do so well at Eurovision, her career has kept on going. I feel like Italy is one of these special markets where, you know, you don't win Eurovision, so what? You were a star, that's why we sent you, and you're still a star afterwards. And they all kind of just stay true to what they do, and it works for them. Nina Sublatti is back, and her heart will do a lot of things, but her heart won't suck it. That's what she tells us in her new song, My Heart Won't Suck It. Now, you guys, I don't know what it won't suck, but I do know that I would suck on this song. It's really nice, trance, lounge, and it has Nina's stamp. This is what I like about her. She knows that her music is gonna put some people off because it's too weird, but like when you hear it, you know it's Nina Sublatti. And I feel like, you know, that's way better than many Eurovision artists who just pump out the same generic, disposable EDM music and it could be anybody singing. When you hear Nina Sublatti, you know it's Nina Sublatti. Whether you want to listen is another question, but I'm gonna give this a B+. I quite, you know, for 6.5 minutes, I can put it on in the background, go do my dishes, go to the bathroom, make lunch, do my laundry, and come back and it's still on.
It's really slow paced for me. I mean, it has this kind of a nice to listen to trance music, and all mixed up with this Nina styling on it. I mean, you can recognize the vocals, you can recognize it's Nina singing out her heart, and there comes a moment when you say, oh, and it's been 6.5 minutes, but you could say it in like 4, perhaps. Yeah, maybe I'm being a little bit rough on her, but I mean, I like the song. And her heart won't suck it. That's up to her, but it really speaks out for herself.
Her heart won't suck it, no one else will suck it because this song sucks. It's 6 minutes long. It's such hard work to get through the 6 minutes. It feels like it's going on for 30 minutes. She's like she's this trancy thing. Has she become an artiste? I don't know. I don't want to listen to her. She had this quality, this fierceness in Vienna that made her unique, and she stood out and she was a warrior. And she had this kind of sort of aloof element that she was kind of different to everyone else. But she was able to harness that in a way that made it palatable, and she was successful. Now she's gone so arty and extreme that even Loreen will go and look at her and say, "What are you doing, you crazy woman?" No, it's like she's come too arty farty. The song isn't a song, like 6 minutes of moaning.
Well, let's hope she doesn't evolve to a 20-minute song or something like that.
Oh my god. She's gonna start making musical documentaries.